Man, I tried to wait to the end of this Georgia Tech Citadel game to make this video so I could laugh at Georgia Tech. They're losing to Citadel this entire game. They somehow tied it up at the end. Miracle drive, kicked a game-winning field goal. So it's going into overtime now. Maybe they'll still lose, but in any case, really they already lost. Overtime with the Citadel, which is hilarious. Georgia Tech, a team that's been running the triple option for years and years and years, finally figures out they can't do anything with it. So they get rid of Paul Johnson, bringing in a coach to run a real offense. Then they get ready to lose to a team that runs the triple option. Citadel's completed one pass in the whole game, but so most of the noon games are over, though. Georgia rolled. One of the most complete and dominating games I've seen by Georgia in a while. And there's been a lot of dominating games by Georgia over the last couple of years. But Arkansas State almost scored there at the end against like the 8th string defense. And true freshman Lewis Sine, is that his name? Sine. Again, I don't name these people. I just pronounced their names wrong. Interception in the end zone, preserved a shutout there. Dominating performance by Jake Fromm in the offense. I think he had, 270, 270-something yards. 3 touchdowns, I think. Got to work on the deep ball. Missed on a couple of deep shots, but we'll get that straightened out. I was just glad we finally took some shots downfield and opened up with the passing game. Swift looked great. James Cook looked good. Really, everybody on the offense looked good, really. There's nothing to complain about on the offense. Defense-wise, a shutout, what are you going to complain about? Well, how about Richard LeCount? Yeah, how about less Richard LeCount, more Lewis Seen or Signed, please? Richard LeCount, more like Richard LeCant tackle. This guy, man, human pinball, been talking about this for a long time, but geez, he's always in the right spot. And he's a headhunter. I mean, he'll blow you up, but the dude just can't wrap up and tackle. It's just frustrating to watch. Mississippi State lost to a pretty good Kansas State team. That was a good game. Maryland and Temple. Maryland, geez, this McD Sports 4 that calls into the live shows all the time. Cocky this past week, real cocky. I almost said something to him on the phone when he called in, but I said, no, I'm gonna let this slide. Maryland scoring 70 points a game. Come out today, but they score 15 and a loss against Temple? Pitiful. Anyway, I don't know, maybe we'll hear from him next week. I don't know. What else? Ohio State rolled. The Alabama-South Carolina game has just kicked off here. Alabama went right down the field and scored. No surprise there. They're up 7-0. Pitt and Penn State coming down to the wire here. Penn State up by 7. Central Florida, Stanford just kicked off too. That'll be a pretty good one. Southern Cal, BYU coming up. Michigan State coming up at 4. I'm going to be streaming the night games tonight at 7. Florida versus Kentucky. Florida State versus Virginia. Oklahoma, UCLA. A couple other ones on tonight. That'll be over on the Patreon page. I'll post a link over on the Patreon page about 6:45 or so. So you guys that are on the Patreon page, click the link. We'll watch those games together tonight. But Georgia rolled. Injuries. Been banged up on the offensive line the last couple of weeks. We're down like 3 receivers now. Looked like that Tyler Simmons injury did not look good. I haven't heard anything official. I've heard all the same rumors probably y'all have heard. I heard broke hand. I heard something with his shoulder. I heard broke arm. So I don't know. In any case, it doesn't sound good for him for next week. And, of course, Tommy Bush is already out. Kyrus Jackson is already out. Demetrius Robertson didn't play any today. I heard he's nursing a hamstring injury. So thin at the wide receiver position. I mean, George Pickens and Blaylock looked good today, but they're true freshmen, you know. Matt Landers, this just in, breaking news, still can't catch. Hands like feet, this guy. But dominating game by Georgia. Notre Dame game next week, though. Crying Irish. Oh, man, there's going to be some feelings hurt next week. Tell you that right now.